MTN News at 5.
Good evening and welcome to the MTN News at 5 on KTGF. I'm Tommy Lynch, in for Tom Wiley. Thanks for joining us. First tonight, on Monday, a total solar eclipse was visible in parts of the United States, with over 30% of coverage happening and seen in Montana. I got a chance to join the community in viewing the partial eclipse and learn the science behind it all.
So today what we're doing is we're celebrating the great eclipse. Unfortunately in Montana we're only going to get about 36% in Great Falls anyway. And so what we're trying to do is teach the idea.
Mr. Logan, along with some students and other community members, set up dioramas and props to showcase what the eclipse is, how it happens, what it will look like, and how to enjoy it.
So you don't necessarily need a telescope for watching these solar eclipses. You can just wear your glasses and look up. A great view there. Make sure they're certified glasses. You can, as simple as just a regular card and a card with a hole in it, and all you do is just hold it facing the sun and you can get the shadow.
A solar eclipse is when the moon is between the sun and the earth, casting a shadow on the earth. One of Logan's students explains his role in helping teach the eclipse to the community.
We are getting a lot more experience in the real world with this too. Right now I'm a part of the team that's watching the scope. That's what I'm making sure is still in line while we're going through the time.
While there was significant cloud coverage during the actual eclipse, it was incredibly interesting to look at the sun with safe equipment and understand the science behind it all.
Anytime we can share science or share events in the world, kind of take away all the magic and show exactly how it's working, it's always a good thing for science.
An eclipse like the one on Monday is a great way to show kids science in action and get them interested in the universe we are a part of. Clear skies and warming up throughout the week. Time now for a check of our forecast with meteorologist Curtis Grevenitz.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Beautiful day, pretty good conditions for seeing the partial solar eclipse that has come to an end here. But how about that? Nice skies, and that was a picture of totality that happened in Texas earlier today, in case you were wondering. You can see some of the clouds, not the best viewing of the eclipse into eastern Montana, but I want to point something out to you here on the visible satellite. Watch a shadow coming up from about where I'm standing here, move right over Texas, kind of hard to see, and then moving away up to New England. So going from southwest Mexico across Texas, here we go, let's do this one more time. There it goes. That was the total eclipse and the shadow of the moon across the United States there. So pretty cool. Again, that was a Montana picture right there. About 37 to almost 50% of the sun was eclipsed, depending on where you were. Speaking of the sun, not much over the next couple of days, but we could be looking at the warmest weekend of the year so far. That's the warm before the storm. I'll have more coming up.
Oftentimes, with spring comes projects, and if you'll be doing something outside, that may require some digging. MTN's Anissa Coomer explains why you should call before you dig.
April is Safe Digging Month, and before you go out and start digging for those spring excavation projects, it's important to find out where your underground utility lines are located. Energy West's General Manager Tyler Muzana says the biggest part is planning ahead.
Calling 811, making sure you're digging safely, hand digging around those utilities to locate them before you start using heavy equipment. And obviously with our gas lines, it's our service to go out and locate those so you know where they are. And that's, they say 3 days, and that allows the utilities to have 2 full business days to be able to go out and locate our utilities, gas lines, electric lines, communication lines. You know, the risks are obviously life and property. With gas lines, you know, we want to keep that product in the line and keep our customers safe and everyone around safe.
You can call 811 or go to montana811.org to submit a location request online. If you do hit a gas line, get to a safe area before calling 911 and the gas company.
For any excavation activities, whether it's putting fence posts in, grading, anything like that, or digging holes, obviously, putting trees in, you know, we got a lot of those projects coming up. There can be locates from maybe a prior request or a neighbor's request, and another part of dig law is really making sure that you call in your own request, because things can change, whether something changed with gas line, utility lines, or those marks maybe aren't quite as clear. And also just almost a liability for yourself to make sure that you've called in your own locate request.
To learn more about safe digging or how to submit a locate request, Visit our website. I'm Anissa Coomer, MTN News.
This week marks the return of No More Violence Week in Great Falls. Now it's in its 10th year, and it began as a response to a growing number of tragic events involving children. It's now synonymous with prevention of child abuse. On Monday, students at Whittier Elementary helped plant 100 of the blue pinwheels you'll see all over the Electric City this week. MTN's McKenna Dickey has more.
Students from Whittier Elementary School walked from their school to the Great Falls Public Library on Monday morning to plant more than 100 blue pinwheels.
So April is Child Abuse Prevention Month, and the color of that is a deep blue. The pinwheels are a national symbol that every child deserves a happy and healthy childhood.
This is the 10th year of No More Violence Week, established by Great Falls College MSU in 2015 after an increase of violence against children and families. The week consists of events and activities that help to bring awareness to these issues in the community.
And it has grown over the last decade to be an incredible community event. More than 20 organizations come together to do a week-long commitment to looking at how we can prevent violence of many forms. So many partners over the years have just been absolutely amazing. In the last number of years, we've partnered with Great Falls Library, which is why we're here at the Public Library, and the Square, the Paris Gibson Square Museum of Art. We've really partnered with the arts as well because we know there's such a connection between prevention of violence and looking at the arts as well.
No More Violence Week addresses challenging topics such as child abuse, domestic and family violence, human trafficking, and other issues facing our community and world.
This is the career path that I chose, was to look at prevention of violence, particularly for children and families. And then just on a very personal level, it's something I'm very passionate about. I believe in the good of community comes from really coming together, coalescing around making things better. And No More Violence Week has been a tremendous opportunity to partner with folks in making that happen for our community.
It's important to protect kids like me because, like, if we don't protect, like, kids like my age and stuff, then, like, it's gonna, then we're not gonna grow up like responsible adults.
The students from Whittier Elementary School have learned about the importance of advocating for no more violence in their community and what the blue pinwheels represent.
Then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday evening, we have events going on around town, totally free. Friday night at the Square is a family-friendly, great event to come see the Threads of Connection quilt project we've been doing for the last 2 years.
Plenty of events are still to come to support No More Violence Week here in Great Falls. I'm McKenna Dickey with MTN News.
Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Central Montana has been awarded the 2023 Platinum Award from Big Brothers Big Sisters of America. The Platinum Award honors agencies that have met or exceeded the criteria for the Impact and Growth Awards. BBBS of Central Montana earned the Impact Award, having a retention rate 5% higher than the national average, and earned the Growth Award for the increasing number of children served. BBBS of Helena began in 1967, and BBBS of Great Falls began in 1974. Last year, the organization served 173 children in Montana. BBBS of Central Montana has a goal to serve 300 youth each year by 2026. Next weekend is the last chance to get yourself a box of Girl Scout cookies. You can find members of Girl Scout troops on the weekends outside grocery stores, rain or shine, selling their iconic cookies. The Girl Scouts' mission is simple: to build a better world and help the community for those who come after you. Proceeds from the sales go toward the Alliance for Youth and Toby's House. The Girl Scouts are a great group for young women, and the life lessons learned extend much further than just selling cookies.
I used to be like really shy, like extremely shy. I would hide behind something when I was talking to people, but now I've learned that people aren't so scary, well, that's scary, and that you can talk to them.
It's a great cause that not only tastes good, but is doing great things for the young women in our community, while also making a difference right here in Great Falls.